We get troubled by thoughts when we interact with the world. And we know thoughts are unreal. But at that point of time, it becomes difficult to ignore the thoughts. Because already thoughts have manifested in the gross form. The thoughts happen in para, pashanti, madhyami, vaikari. A deeper level para, pashanti is subtle energy vibration. Pashanti, madhyami is images. Vaikari is thought. So now, if I have to become free from thought and live in the present moment, I should address at the pashanti level, when the thoughts are in seed form. If you can think, para is the seed, pashanti is sprouting, madhyami is becoming a plant, vaikari is becoming a tree. So we should address the thoughts at the seed level. Para is not available for us. Pashanti level we can address. Pashanti is thoughts will start giving vibrations. It appears as vibrations in the body, in the sensation, change of breath. The energy pattern changes. Then feeling and thought will come. So if you are able to become aware at the thoughts coming at the pashanti level, then they will not be able to grow. You are able to ignore at that level. So for example, I see something unpleasant. Then thoughts will come, unpleasant, all memories will come, unpleasant memories will come. But already it has come to vaikari, means gross level. From memory it has come to gross level. Memory is called para. From memory, vibrations or sensations called pashanti. Then image is called madhyami. Then thoughts is called vaikari. So you have to address at the pashanti level. Become aware of sensation. At the sensation level, it is raga and dvesha. This is what is called vipassana. Pleasant sensation, unpleasant sensation. Just become aware of that. If you get attracted to any sensation, or if you get repulsed from sensation, that will grow into madhyami and vaikari. We should learn to be neutral or witness to sensations. Then the thoughts will not explode into thought chain. Is it clear? So become aware at the at the pashanti level. This is what we call as a vipassana practice. Becoming aware of sensations as they rise. As you become aware and you develop a raga and dvesha at that level, you are in closer to reality. Because reality outside is secondary. Primary reality happens at the energy level. Energy level reacts. Energy level reaction. Energy is, if I say Brahmarandra, from Brahmarandra, first outer circle is energy, second single circle is subtle body, third circle is gross body. The energy starts creating ripples in the subtle body and gross body. The ripples appear as sensations. And uncomfortable sensation or comfortable sensation. For example, an uncomfortable sensation may start developing in the heart center, which is about hurt. An uncomfortable sensation may develop in the stomach center, which is fear. So if you are able to observe it without identifying with that and let go at the pashanti level, the seed will not grow into plant. Madhyami and vaikari will stop. You don't have to catch. You have to become aware of vibrations. You cannot catch the thought. It does not become thought yet. It doesn't become thought. It has become the seed now. You have to fry the seed level. Seed has not sprouted into plant and tree. So you need to know it at seed level. Seed level is known as a vibration, energy change, sensation. At the madhyami level, it is known as the images. At the vaikari level, it is known as thoughts. So if you are able to recognize uncomfort rising or good sensation rising, you will start developing raga and dvesha. You will become free from raga and dvesha at that level. Then what happened? See, basically, impressions stored in the memory, they come out of chitta because of prana, vibrations. So if you are able to prana, impression stored in the memory or chitta are called para, beyond your, it's not available to you. When they become pashyanti, you can, if you are able to recognize them, that you are able to do if your attention is on Adna or Brahmarandra. Adna or Brahmarandra energy pattern. You are aware of the energy pattern within the body. Brahmarandra, you are aware of the consciousness and energy radiating. So then what happens? You have a reference. You have an anchor. With reference to anchor, you'll be able to observe what is the unchanging energy pattern in the body. Then you will ignore raga and dvesha. You'll go back to conscious center. You'll go back to higher conscious, higher energy in the Adna and Brahmarandra. You'll notice what is irregular energy pattern. Understand? So that way you're ignoring the thoughts sprouting. Now thoughts are impressions sprouting. Once you are able to impression sprouting, those impressions will vanish from your chitta. If you have raga and dvesha, attraction, repulsion for impression, they will again get stored in chitta. It's like a story. One person wants to meditate. He goes to Guru. Guru says, you can meditate, but don't think of monkeys. Then this goes and sits in meditation. I don't want monkeys. I don't want monkeys. The monkeys will be filling up your body, your mind. So nature of mind is such that what you resist, it will persist. What you don't want, it will appear in multiple times. So what you should do, be neutral, witness, understand it's mithya. So then once you understand mithya, they will get, for understanding mithya, you need to have to hold on to satya. Satya is inner guru, you have to hold on. Inner guru in terms of Adna Chakra, energy pattern, energy Shakti, or Brahmarandra, consciousness. If you are able to hold on to satya, discriminating mithya becomes very easy. But that discrimination has to happen at the seed level rather than the sprouted level. At the Pashyanti level rather than the Vaikari level, gross level. Is it clear? Did I cover? People try for a zero thought state in meditation, a thoughtless state. Actually, we don't have to try thoughtless state. We have to reduce using breathing practice. You have to reduce the speed of the mind, number of thoughts coming out from the mind. From beta state, you have to go to alpha and theta. Then less thoughts will appear from the mind. Also, you are aware of sensations within the body or energy pattern within the body. You are able to ignore them. The nature of the mind is such that when thoughts come to surface of consciousness, everything has to come to consciousness. Some subconscious, it has to come to consciousness. At consciousness, you are able to ignore or be neutral, then thought loses momentum. It will disappear from your life. If you give importance to it in any way, I like it, I don't like it. I resist it, I resist it. Then it will persist. Then it will again get back stored in the chitta. So you should learn to ignore. But for ignoring, you should hold on to reality. You need an anchor in life. The anchor is the inner guru and Atma and Brahmarandra. With that anchor, you'll be able to ignore unwanted thoughts. Now, if you are able to ignore unwanted thoughts, that's actually called thoughtless state. If thoughts are bothering you, then it's called thoughts. You don't have to make zero thoughts. If you're able to ignore thoughts as Sakshi, then they're no thought states. They're not real. For example, I see a snake on a rope. Then I'm afraid. Fear is the thought. Now, I understand it's not snake, it's rope. Snake is unreal, mithya. Then snake will not bother me. The thoughts which bother me are no longer bother me. That is actually thoughtless state. That is when you understand thoughts are mithya. You don't have to make thoughts as zero thoughts. But gradually what happens if you understand all thoughts are mithya, gradually thoughts will reduce anyway by themselves. You will attain a no mind state. No mind is called enlightenment. So no mind does not mean you don't think. Unnecessary mithya thoughts will not come. Thoughts which are required for a function will come. So mind has two natures, working mind and thinking mind. Thinking mind is constantly thinking of past and future. Working mind is working continuously in the present moment. So a no mind state, working mind will be very active, thinking mind will be silent. Unnecessary thoughts will reduce. But don't force reduction of thoughts. Understand thoughts are mithya. Make your mind silent through breathing practice. Understand thoughts are mithya. Gradually thoughts will reduce by themselves. Don't force them. No thought does not mean zero thought. No thought means no thought will bother me. I am witness of that.